You are terrible at Mob of the Dead. Now you might be thinking, but Deadly, I've made it to round 35. I'm so good at this map. Shut up. You are not good. But that's okay, because I also suck. Luckily for me, I used to be good at zombies. After a decade of high rounding, I have become completely washed, and now it's time for me to pass on my knowledge to you guys. So I'm going to be giving you tips for how to make it to high rounds on Mob of the Dead, starting from the setup, low rounds, and high rounds. And everything thinking, but Deadly, why are you qualified? I do have around 225. So I think I'm qualified to be giving information on how to play this map. When you spawn in, you're going to want to check to make sure the box is in the correct location, and then check the key is in the same spot, and buy the M14. On round 3, you are going to collect the double points and kill as many zombies as you can, so you can get as many points as you can for when you go into the box. And now that you have the points, you're going to the box. And hopefully you can get a Ray Gun Mark II and the Blundergat, but neither is completely necessary. But you will want to buy Claymores. Also, as in they're not necessary, if you don't have around 50, there's really no point in doing that. Next, you're going to start killing zombies at the dogs, and each dog needs 6 zombies to feed, and there are 3 different dogs that you need to do to collect the Hell's Retriever. Now, whenever you get Brutus, the easiest way to kill him is with your Mark II if you have it, but if you don't, then Claymores will do the trick. Now, when you're going up the stairs to the Citadel tunnels, you're going to want to open up the cage on your way up so that on your way back down, you can down yourself so that when you go into Afterlife, you're going to spawn at the top and can easily make your way down to the bottom and not have to worry about downing when you're going down the stairs. Now this is after you picked up the launch part, of course. Now I'm going to show you guys the easiest ways to get the free Blundergat locations. There are faster ways to do this, but this is the easiest ways to do it. And also, if you're trying to save an entity, this is very helpful. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, then do not worry about it, because it does not pertain to you. Now, once you have done this, if you already had the Blundergat, you will now have the Acid Gat spawn in instead of another Blundergat, which is how you can save the entity. So now we're on to the camping portion. So here you will have to learn how to single shot the Gat, and to do that, you shoot a burst weapon, so here's the Mark II, and you switch to the weapon you want to single shot, and then Y-walk. Now another camping spot here is the double tap room, and to do this, you have to stay within the barrier, and in the earlier rounds, you can go back and forth, killing the zombies in each window, but later on you're not going to be able to keep this up around like 30 to 35. So at this point you have to again do the YY to single shot the Mark II, but here you stand in the back of the double tap room and you want to try and camp this until about 60 or so. Also, you use the Acid Gat for safety in this, and don't trust it will ever work. So now you've made it to about 50 to 60, and it's time to start running the strats. So this is the OG cafeteria strat, where you have to keep these 2 doors closed, and then you run in front of the MP5 while throwing your tomahawk as much as you can while the acid trap is on. Then once the acid trap turns off, you will run into the cafeteria and do a loop through there, so that you can horde up the zombies, so that when you turn the trap back on, you will kill the most zombies possible. Also, you want to have the shield built in this location so that you can pick it up whenever you want, which will also be true for the next strategy that I show, which is called the stair strategy. So the stair strategy is very similar. But here, I'm going to show you what to do during insta-kills. So insta-kills, you again are going to want to single shot the acid gap, and doing this in the back of the cafeteria allows you to utilize the spawn control that is on the map. This means you will be able to get the most amount of kills during the one insta-kill as you possibly can by shooting into each window over and over with the acid gap. This will optimize the zombies that are dying. So then, once the trap turns off, you go back to whatever strategy you're running. So for me, I am running the stair strategy here. So I turn the acid trap on, and then I sit on the staircase. Now, I sit in this specific location because the zombies will start to bunch up on the staircase and not actually start to slap me. Which does seem like a glitch, but it's kind of just been widely accepted as legit just because you are fully capable of dying. Like here, a whole bunch of zombies start to get hoarded up, so I start to get hit by them. Then, once the acid trap turns off, very similar to the old strategy, you do a loop inside the cafeteria to allow the zombies to hoard up and kill as many as you can. Now, this is the fan trap, which you have to have that door that's double closed. And you turn the fan trap on and do a hoard up on the outside of the fan trap. And again, you always want to be killing with the tomahawk as much as you can because that is going to be what speeds up the rounds the most. So once you have done your loops by killing with the acid trap and the fan trap, you then run back inside and do the single shot again using the acid gap, and this allows all the zombies to be hoarded up in the other part of the room and not have you be in as dangerous of a spot. Which the acid trap or the fan trap is the most dangerous one to run, which is why I showed it last. Congratulations, you now have enough information to make it to any round you could ever imagine making it to. There is a lot of details I left out that has to do more for going for world records on this map, like errors and reset details that you may need to know if you're trying to push the rounds, which I can make another video on that if you guys are that interested. But now, with everything I went through, you are fully capable of making it to round 100 or even 200 if you really want to. You just have to put the time and effort into the map to get better and not actually dying.